very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the midweek edition of the show. Promises to be exciting. We have a whole lot of issues to talk about on the program tonight, and we will need you to be a part of it. And we will want you to flow with us as we take you on this trip around the exciting, fast-paced world of sports. My name is Toyin Bitoye. Let me introduce to you my partners on the program tonight. Together for most of the show, we'll be taking you around and, of course, be discussing some of the issues that we have lined up for you on the program tonight. Let me start from my immediate right. Adepoju is with us this Wednesday. He's usually here on Mondays, but we need him here today. It's a very special night. We will be talking about the Nigeria National League later on the show. We're now set for the final round of games in Division 2B because today the outstanding game really in Division 2B was played. So we'll talk about it, and of course Toby's here as well to do justice to that on the show tonight. So it'll be good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Yeah, it is my pleasure, Toyin. Good to be here.
Yeah, and of course Onyewuchi Nwachukwu is here with us as well. Onye is the news editor of Sporting Life, always here with us on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we're happy to have him with us on a special day like this. So, welcome to Sports Tonight. There's a lot to talk about really on the program tonight, and I'm sure you are aware of all the issues.
Yeah, you just mentioned one of them, the rescheduled game between ABS and GS Atete. Very crucial game that has been led to. That has been settled.
And there was also a replay that held little for the two teams. Well, for Taraba United and Kwara United, they ordered the replay. The O&D, Organizing and Disciplinary Committee, ordered the replay. And it was replayed today.
Yeah, because of the controversy
surrounding the game.
Jumping to Division 3. I think,
Wiki Feeders
and FC Taraba.
But today, FC Taraba won today and they have escaped. So they'll be playing in the National League next season.
Status, then Wiki Feeders going down to the national.
And that's very instructive because last season about this time, Taraba United were in the news, not for the right reasons. They were dropping out. They were dropping out from the Nigeria Professional Football League, the top flight. They were dropping into the Nationwide League, and then they had issues. There were money, non-payment of salaries.
Players go on strike.
Players on strike, going to leave in front of the government house. A lot of protests, and they went down. And they were almost going down to the Nationwide League. How quickly things can turn around for some of these clubs?
Yeah,
once funding doesn't come, they can't sustain the results.
Football is all about money. If you don't have money, there's no way you will succeed. There's no way you will achieve results, because when you have money, that is when you get in the right personality in terms of coaching, in terms of players, in terms of the environment for the players to work. I mean, so if you don't have all this in place, you always struggle. And I think it's a very big lesson for FC Taraba. They should learn from this. But when you also, this is my opinion, it's on the most every state or everyone who runs a club. If you're not buoyant enough to do it, you can just quit the business.
All right, we'll talk about that as we go on the show. But let's tell you that tonight we want you to talk to us. I told you that we have a lot of issues to talk about, and we want you to be involved, interact with us as we discuss some of these issues on Sports Tonight. So let's talk about the feedback. For those of you who watch us all the time, you know how you can be a part of the show. But in case you're watching for the first time, we need to tell you how you can engage with us on Sports Tonight. And that's what you see right there on your screen. You can give us your thoughts, your opinion. You can react to issues as we raise them on the show using those platforms showing right there. Facebook, Twitter, we are active. We are going to be very, very interactive on the program tonight. So we want you to engage with us and talk to us about all of these issues as we go on the show. All right. Let's also tell you that you can watch us on our website. That's www.channelstv.com. You could also watch us on youtube.com/channelsweb. All right. If you click on that link on your screen, that's m.channelstv.com. You'll be able to view us on your iPad, your iPhone, your BlackBerry. Takes you straight to your home for the news. And if you go one step further, which is to download the Channels app from Android, iOS, Windows, from their respective stores, you keep Channels at your fingertips, and you are able to enjoy the entire package, all right? Not just sports, you enjoy everything that Channels TV is offering. And as you do all of it, don't forget to tell us where your posts, your tweets, your comments are coming from, just so that we can appreciate you a lot more on the program. Guys, I think we should start off the show tonight with a little bit of updates from Morocco. Nigeria is through to the final of the mixed event of the African Senior Table Tennis Championship, and we'll be facing Egypt in the final. That's a tough one for us. While we keep our eyes on the team event as well.
Yeah, the mixed double. Shagun Toriola and Funke Oshinaikin have been doing so well. They played 3 games before getting to the final, and they won. They beat South Africa along the line, and they are going to play the defending champions. And that's the mixed double, Omar Assad and Shref. You know, I think from what I've read of Oshinaikin and Toriola, they are really high on confidence for that game, and they want to upset the defending champions. So it's going to be a tough game. I think it's a game between youth and experience. Yes, experience. Toriola and Oshinaikin have been to a lot of championship. You know, they are veteran Olympians, and we are going to play against Omar Assad and the youthful partner, who is also, you know, the defending champion. So I foresee a very, very tough game, and we just pray that you know, this duo can get something, you know, get the title. They have done so well. They have put in so much ahead of this tournament, putting aside a lot of setback, not having some of her teammates arrive Morocco for the tournament, and you know, she's been able to brace her out, and they're already in the final. So we just pray that it can be the icing on the cake for them.
All right, so we'll keep our eyes on that for you and update you with all that's going on around the African Table Tennis Senior Championship taking place in Morocco. Before I go on to some other news, let me just quickly tell you that we have 3 games going on as we speak in the English Football League Cup. That's what they call it now. They used to call it Carling Cup. They used to call it Capital One Cup. But right now it's called the English Football League Cup. All right, and the games are going on well. Well, not too good for Chelsea, resting some of their top players for this one. They are 2-0 down at West Ham. Southampton and Sunderland are also, at the moment, after 62 minutes of football, they're grinding out a goalless draw. And just as the Manchester Derby United against City at Old Trafford, at the moment, about 49 minutes of football in that one, also at the moment, goalless. All right, so not too much in terms of goals on the night, apart from West Ham, who are 2-0 up over Chelsea. Chelsea resting most of the guys who demolished Manchester United 4-0 over the weekend. All right, let's come back home and take you very quickly to Lomé, Togo, and talk about the African Champions Cup for women. Basketball now, that's the issue. First Bank, remember, we told you about Nigeria's representatives in that competition. First Bank recorded their 2nd win of the FIBA African Champions Cup for women taking place in Lomé, Togo. First Bank defeated a team from Niger, STT, by 104 to 38. Those kind of scorelines it was a blowout, 104 to 38. Of course, in the first round of the qualifiers, Nigeria, First Bank dominated the game from start to finish. But it's a good one for the girls, being able to win by such a margin. First Bank have won the main African Championship before, and for us, we want them to qualify from here and be able to even go further and further in the competition.
Yeah, they are doing so well, Tony. And you know, Toby made mention of funding, very key. When you have adequate funding, the girls can attend tournaments and continue to improve on their performance. And you know, I read the report of their first game. They played against opponents that they were much bigger than, but that gave them, the opponents, an advantage of being so fast, and they had to, you know, rely on their physical
advantage to overpower them. What it means is that they are improving with every game. We just hope that what First Bank basketball team, especially the women, have been able to do can also galvanize other corporate bodies to put in more money into basketball. We have some of the best basketballers on the continent, but what we have lacked really is that funding. And if they attend more and more tournaments like they are doing in Lome, and not only First Bank, you also remember that Canopilas and Customs are also in Lome, playing the qualifiers, and we just pray that they get their ass together, put in their best, and get something out of this tournament.
For the guys, Toby,
yep.
Canopilas and Customs are representing Nigeria, and Canopilas have had a 100% record at these qualifiers. And guess what? They are going to be meeting Customs. It's a battle of the two Nigerians.
Yeah,
And they will be hoping to add Customs to the list of casualties. And Coach Sani Ahmed believes his team can go on to win the trophy, while the coach of Customs also believes that their victory in their second game over their host, Model of Togo, will spur them into giving something in this one.
Yeah, it is a Nigerian derby in there. Canopilas, champions of the Nigerian basketball. Cosmos also, came second behind them. I mean, this is a two-bet side when it comes to male event here in Nigeria. And then, so unfortunately, both sides are meeting. But it's going to be a big game. We know Canopilas with a lot of quality in them for them in the basketball team. Also, Cosmos are not pushovers. They had a good season in the Nigerian basketball season. So it will be an interesting game. It will be good to see this. Not really good to see them meeting themselves at this stage. We hope they could play on a separate path and then maybe play in the final. But they are meeting at this stage, and then a winner needs to emerge. And I think it will be an interesting game to see these two sides play. And I think Canopilas might just be on the edge to edge Cosmos in this game.
All right, let's take you talk about boxing a little bit now, and talk about Larry Ekundayo. Larry Ekundayo is the African Boxing Union welterweight champion. Recently, he signed a new deal with one of the biggest boxing promoters in the world, the team MGM, and Ekundayo believes this new deal will spur him into actualizing his dream, and also help him to give his own quota, contribute his own quota to developing boxing in Nigeria. In an exclusive interview with Channel Television in London, Larry Ekundayo says the country, no doubt, parades some of the best hands in boxing, which are waiting to be tapped.
I'm with the right people right now, and if I have to do it off my own back, I definitely need to give back to the community, and probably I might be the one that will show how it's meant to be done properly before the government and the private companies gets involved, but how are we going to help people, how are we going to help the grassroots? So that's my big thing right now, waiting, and I've got a few people that's coming through now, that's trying to get the fan base, like Tito and the CEO. We have all these people coming through now saying, you know what, we're going to support our own, and I think that's the way forward.
All right, so that's Larry Ekundayo. Congrats on the new deal, and of course we hope that helps him to fulfill his potential. Before we go on our first break, let's quickly take you to the English Football League Cup currently going on, and tell you that there have been goals at all the centres where the games have been played. Juan Mata has scored for Manchester United, and so it's 1-0 to United at Old Trafford. And of course, Southampton have also scored 1-0. It is at the moment against Sunderland. So all three games currently going on have produced goals. We have 4 goals on the night. Of course, remembering that West Ham are already 2-0 up over Chelsea. Okay, before we close, let's just continue to before we talk about Carlos Alberto Torres, who passed on yesterday, let's just pause for a break, about a minute. We'll come back. There's still plenty more to talk about on Sports Tonight. Join us again.